Hello everybody, Drazule here. Now, it's been a long time, a very long time since my last video, well over a week by this point. And, well, I'm making a sort of a vlog type thing in order to let you guys know what happened, why it happened, and kind of where I'm going on from the future now. I don't really plan on doing this sort of thing on a regular basis, but I feel like it's helpful, you know, for me to just talk to you guys and tell you exactly what's going on with an announcement sort of thing without really, you know, having to tie it into a gameplay without me commentating or anything. Before I get started, I just want to comment that in the background you'll be seeing me playing as the LeBron regime versus the Sheikah at Snowpeak Ruins. You notice that I'm not actually playing this right now, but instead I'm actually simply talking over it because I didn't want to be distracted by the gameplay, and I have about 2 pages of notes about things I want to talk about here. So, what happened? Well, I've been using my brother's computer to record and edit and everything. I have a computer which can run games, but not one that can really record adequately, let alone edit the footage and store the hundreds of gigabytes of footage required to do this. So I've been running all the footage on his main drive. Now, what we suspect happened was that with all my recording and editing and stuff like that, I ended up filling the drive up too much, and while I was actually encoding episode 4, yes, I actually had episode 4 entirely recorded and about ready to go, the hard drive decided to break on us. Now, we were able to recover all of his files and most everything from the drive, except for the episode 4 footage, which corrupted because it was interrupted while encoding. At least that's our idea. Now, obviously I couldn't keep recording my brother's computer forever, and I was planning on building one. In fact, I probably would have had my new computer around the same time, around now, except the problem is that I wouldn't have had to have waited for this. I would have just been able to go immediately over to the new one with no really transition at all, but unfortunately I had to, after the computer broke, I had to order parts, figure out what worked, and, you know, get the money together to buy the machine and build it. So that's largely why it's been so long. I've been trying to work out ways to communicate with you guys. I've been putting things on my Twitter. Nobody actually follows me into Twitter, but I figured I'd get into the habit of that. I tried posting things directly into the YouTube channel, posted a comment even, just on the last video of the Ordon province, and I'm not really sure what the best way was to do it, but I figured now I can sort of get it out there. I do have a Twitter. It's, I think, twitter.com/DrazuleGaming. It's probably the best way for me to update. It's, you know, the most, I don't know, relevant, I guess, way to do it. Most people do that sort of thing. Just because YouTube doesn't really have a great way of making an announcement system, at least as far as I know. At least without a way of recording footage, audio, and editing it. But yeah, so that's kind of what happened, and why I wasn't really able to communicate with you guys and really explain why this happened. But now that we have that out of the way, let's talk about a few other things. First off, I'm a college student. I go to the University of Connecticut, and I'll be moving back on August 23rd. So I actually plan on recording over the semester. In fact, I'm not exactly sure how my work and classes and, you know, everything else really going on at school is going to affect it, but I actually expect to be recording more than I have in the past, actually. Now, it's not necessarily because I don't do my work or anything. I do plenty of focus on school, but let's just say I've been really motivated to start recording more again. You know, with a new computer, I have a literal investment into this channel now, and, well, I really want to use it, just keep using it, really, to go forward with it. Also, my schedule, I'm not exactly sure how it's going to work out in the end, but it seems to be relatively conducive for me to record and have long periods without classes on certain days, so I'll be able to get a lot of stuff done on those days, and then just be able to edit those later and then upload them when I have to. So, around the end of August, I don't really expect to have a drop in productivity or, you know, things to kind of break schedule, but I just bear with me while I get adjusted and try to figure out exactly how I can fit my YouTube recording schedule with my school schedule. Generally what goes on then. Now, other than that, so let's talk about the future of this channel. Currently I've been doing I know it here, I'll just follow my notes right now. Music. Now, I have had certain comments from certain other YouTubers doing Hyrule Total War videos, as well as people in the comments in general. Why don't I have music in my videos? Now, there are a couple answers to that. I don't necessarily think it's the best. I kind of figured it would be kind of distracting, that having music on top of my own comments and the sounds of the game. So I started off trying out with not doing music just so I could, have just to put the focus on me. People want music. I get that. I do plan on having music in my video from now on. But you guys should know one thing, in that YouTube copyrights are a mess right now. It is just a whole pile of steaming things, which I've just heard so many issues with it, and I really don't want to have to deal with it. I've already happened to have one of my videos had a copyright claim on it. Now, luckily I was able to simply use a YouTube program which would have removed the waveform for the song which was claimed, but I don't even know actually how that video turned out in the end, because that was my Season 2 announcement video, and I wasn't actually talking over it. So I didn't want to risk that. So what I did is I went out and asked a couple of people. Now I contacted Adam Halpin, otherwise known as Stygian White. Now this guy is actually the creator of the original songs on the Hyrule Total War soundtrack. He's the person who's writing the music for it, and while majority of the soundtrack is actually are pieces from Two Steps from Hell, or Audio Machine, or other composers, Adam Halpin is the guy who is going to be making every single soundtrack for it eventually, as time permits, and slowly over time, the newer iterations of the game are going to have more and more of his music replace the tracks which are currently placeholders. So I contacted him. He said I could use his music. So what I'm going to do is take his music and put it into the game myself, so I don't have to deal with all of the copyrighted music on the soundtrack. This guy's actually really good. I spent a long time listening to his music. He has a lot of really good stuff, both original works, songs he's created, as well as covers for Zelda songs into the soundtrack. And I totally recommend you guys checking out his channel and his music. He's really talented. Or just even listening to the soundtrack, you can find that somewhere. But the thing is, not every single track on the soundtrack is made by Adam Halpin, and I felt like I needed a little bit more variety. So what I also did was I contacted Zelda Reorchestrated. Zelda Reorchestrated, or known as ZREO mostly, they're a group of people who got together and they started making reorchestrated or orchestrated versions of Zelda music. They make really good music. They, a couple years ago, put out the Twilight Symphony, which is a 3 CD, 3-hour-long symphonic movement, pretty much, which encompasses all of the music from Twilight Princess. But they have songs from Ocarina of Time, Wind Waker. They have almost every single song covered and really well done with a orchestral feel. And so I contacted them as well, and they said that I can use their music as well. So pretty much what's going to happen is I'm still going to record the game without music. That's only because I don't want the other tracks sneaking up on me. And I'm going to then, in post, edit my videos, and I'm going to put the music under my voice, I guess. Which I'm going to put it in while I'm editing, so that way I can choose what songs are going to be there. I know that I have permission, I have proof of permission, so if YouTube asks me, I can be like, no, they actually told me I could do it. And in general, I can... This is kind of the way I'll be moving forward, at least with Hyrule Total War, because I don't have to deal with these copyright issues in the future. So, that is the problem that's the issue with the music. Now, what's up with my series in general? Now, the current plan is to continue my Ordon series. I started really getting attached to it, and with the combination of Medieval 2 updating and completely changing the way how the game works, I ended up screwing over my save files anyway. That was along with the fact that my footage had corrupted and I had to get a new computer. The series kind of felt a little bit doomed. But I already failed one series. I don't want to pull off another Zant series where I play 5 episodes and just stop playing. So the current plan is that I'm going to recreate a scenario with Ordon, playing with the exact same empire that I had. Pretty much I'm going to try to go ahead and capture every territory I did without really capturing the ones I didn't, and start recording at, I think it's like turn 17 or whatever, somewhere around there, so it's as close to where I left off as possible. Now, Hyrule Total War is great, I love the mod, and after I finish the Ordon series, I do plan on going on with more Hyrule Total War, but I figured I would try diversifying a little bit. Now, another mod that I'm very much a fan of, in fact, a fan of this series in general, is Westeros Total War, and in general Song of Ice and Fire and the Game of Thrones series. Their books and TV shows and the mods are things that are really cool, just full of amazing lore and characters and a world which you can just get lost in pretty much. So, I'm going to be announcing my first non-Hyrule Total War series, which I'll be trying to record simultaneously with the Hyrule Total War videos. And my notes have a whole list of things about what I was going to do, which was the King of Rivers and Hills, which is a mod which takes place before the Age of Conquest. If you know what the history of Game of Thrones, pretty much it's before the Targaryens came, where they were just the kingdoms of Westeros fighting over power before they're all conquered and unified by Targaryens. But recently discovered there's another submod, and it's called the Age of Petty Kings, which is actually releasing sometime within the next week or so. And that takes place a little bit far further back in history before that mod. And pretty much it's the same sort of thing, except there's like 29 factions. But in general, I'm not going to get too much into detail about exactly what goes into, or what these series are, because I haven't decided what it is. But pretty much these are Game of Thrones or Song of Ice and Fire themed submods for Westeros Total War. Westeros Total War being a mod which is currently incomplete, but submodded by other people to make their own things. But I'll be playing these games. They take place hundreds, not even 1,000 years before the actual series, so you can watch them. You can get a good idea of what the world's kind of like, and the houses and the lordships and stuff like that, but there will be no spoilers, because this is all theoretical situations. So I'm a huge fan of Game of Thrones. I'm really looking forward to this, and it'll be very similar. There's a little bit less unit variety, you know, so you don't have like fantastical creatures and stuff like that, but it's a really cool mod with its own perks about lordships and other items and characters who really can gain stats and stuff like that. Yeah, other than that, for plans for the farther future than the immediate one, I guess I'll just list a couple of games which I kind of hope to cover in the future. Now, obviously, I'll be doing much more Hyrule Total War. You know, that mod is kind of the basis of the channel. It's the mod of Westeros, the mod of Medieval 2 Total War I know the best, and it's got some of the coolest things ever, really, in it. I'm a huge Zelda fan, so I'm definitely doing more of that in the future. Also, probably plan on doing other Medieval 2 mods, you know, things maybe like Third Age, or other Westeros sub-mods as they come out. But going beyond Medieval 2, I also kind of want to go ahead and do series and games like Age of Wonders 3, which is kind of like a fantasy civ game, a standalone product. But what I definitely will do come October is make a Civilization Beyond Earth series. Civilization Beyond Earth is a series of kind of like this pseudo-sequel, I guess, to Civilization 5. And it's science fiction. It involves colonizing planets and kind of the future of humanity. And it's the game I'm incredibly pumped for. I cannot wait for it. And I already looked up what day it's coming out. I'm already planning around my schedule so I can play enough of it to start understanding the game, and then I can start recording it and putting out pretty much the week after it comes out, because it comes out on Friday. But that's something I'll definitely be doing in the future. In the meantime, I'll probably be doing a lot of Medieval 2 and stuff like that, because that game doesn't come out for another couple of months. But yeah, just now that I've pretty much put all the news and administrative stuff out there, I just want to just thank you guys. Trying out YouTube has been just like a really cool experience. It's been really amazing just seeing how people want to watch this stuff, and how I can go out there and kind of teach people about the game and the lore, and really just let them know like what it is. And people are asking me, like, oh, well, like, what do you plan to do next? And here's the ways you can improve. It was just really cool. You know, like somebody subscribed from the first video, and I'm like, wow, like people want to see this content, and just thank you guys. It's made me feel great. It's really cool to have done this, to have experienced this, and I really hope that I can go forward and just give you guys more back than what you could have possibly given me. Other than that, a couple of specific shoutouts. One being to Fonzo with a ZREO. He's being my first subscriber. The other couple of subscribers I had before him, is about 3 of them, were myself, my brother, and maybe one of our other channels pretty much, or just YouTube profiles. So thank you for taking that one bold step for humanity and actually subscribing to me. Other than that, thank you once again for everybody who's watching, subscribers or not. There's been about, you guys have watched over 10,000 minutes of my content. It comes out to days upon days of it. People have been watching this stuff on 3DSs, on Xboxes, on tablets. It's really cool to actually find out exactly what's been going on. So I give another thank out to the one guy who unsubscribed to me on October 7th for keeping me liable. I kind of got a little bit comfortable. I was kind of taking my time getting back into this, but I realized like I gotta keep this stuff going. It's no longer just about myself, but I'm actually liable for the content I put out, and I have to keep producing it now. So thank you for putting that reality check in my head. Not that subscribers are everything, but kind of hurts a little bit, but I'll just keep going. Other than that, big thanks to my brother for letting me use his computer, which I inevitably destroyed, if I can say the word correctly. He was a film major, and he knows all about editing, recording, and audio, and well, he taught me pretty much everything I needed to know to get started, and just really was supporting me this whole time and encouraging me to do it. Once again, big thanks to the Zelda Reorchestrated project and Adam Halpin for letting me use their music. Probably links to their channels or wherever you can find them in the description. But really just check their stuff out. It's really cool they're letting me use their content, and they're really talented people or groups, or I'm not really sure how to explain that. But please go check their stuff out. And finally, I give a big thanks to Undying Nephilim for creating Herald of War. Or, I probably would have started doing this eventually, but it's just been, like, he inspired me. I was like, I saw this game, I was like, I gotta start making videos of this. Like, I've spent hundreds of hours playing his game, and he just made something so cool and such a big part of my life right now that I just want to thank him, because without him, none of this would be possible. And finally, just, thank you guys for watching and bearing with me. I know it's been about 18.5 minutes so far, and just thank you. Thank you. And as always, thank you? I don't know. Have a great day, guys. Enjoy it.